Yes, I think we are back. If the video freezes again, please let me know, students. Okay, I guess the problem has been solved. Let's continue. Okay, let's continue with the second technique of scientific management developed by F.W. Taylor, that is standardization and simplification of work. It means reduce given line of product to fixed type and size. First we will understand what do you mean by standardization. Taylor emphasized on the point that every company should follow the method of standardization and simplification. Standardization means there should be a set standard for doing every work. Like for example, the mobile phones you are using, the models which you are using, for example, MI Note Pro 5, 6 or 7. Every Note Pro 6 has the same standard quality, the same size, the same features and everything. It is a standard. The standard has been set. If you don't set standard, the name is same, like Pro 6 and Mr. X has Pro 6 also, Mr. Y also has Pro 6, but both the phones have different features or different size or different color, then it will be a problem. Okay, then the consumers will not be happy that they are paying the same price but getting the different features for the same model. No, there should be a standard way of producing products. Okay, there should be a standard way. Standardization should be followed. For food also, there should be a standard recipe or standard ingredients involved. Like if you purchase any ready-made food or any instant food, you can see the ingredients in the product written at the back of the product. Okay, that this is the ingredients in the product. Okay, there should standard. Every packet of Maggi will contain the same ingredient in the same quantity. Okay, standard is maintained. Then comes simplification of work. Simplification of work means if for example, if you are the owner of a juice factory and your company is producing 250 varieties of juices, then it will be a chaos. You have to look into every food juice type, every 250 juice type. You have to bring raw materials for every type. So, but if you simplify your work and only send 10 types of juices or 20 types or 30, only simplify your work, then it will be easier to focus and easier to maintain. Less wastage will be there and more productivity will be there. Simplify your work. Don't make a chaos. Do your work in a standard manner. Okay. Then the third point is work study. Okay. The third scientific technique developed by Taylor is work study. If there are any questions, I'll just see. Are there any questions? No. There are no questions. Okay. Let's continue. I guess there is a question. Okay, let's continue. Yes, fatigue study, work study. Okay, maximum production at minimum cost. Then the third technique developed by Taylor was work study. He focused that the way that workers are going to work, it should also follow a standard method of working. Okay, standard method, like how much intervals should they get, then how much time they should take to complete their work. Then there should be motion study. Okay, then under work study he has divided the work study into 3 categories. Okay, the first is fatigue study. What do you mean by fatigue? Frequency of interval, duration and number of rest intervals. Fatigue means weakness. Okay, fatigueness or weakness. It means that when you are continuously working, you need a break, a recess. So work study will study how much recess what is the time interval of that recess. If you are skilled labor, means you are working for IT company, you are continuously on your laptop, or you are just working on your laptop, then you will be needing frequent intervals, like after every 30 minutes, because you're continuously focusing on the laptop, so you'll be needing, requiring more intervals, okay, for maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes. But if you're working on field, then you can work for at least 1 or 2 hours, then you will be requiring a 30 minutes interval. That is work study, okay, fatigue study. Frequency of intervals, duration and number of rest intervals. How many intervals should be there? Like in your school also, after every 4 periods you have recess, break time, okay? That is the interval. How many breaks should be there in an organization? If you are working for making the workers work for 12 hours or 16 hours, how many intervals should be there? What should be the duration of the intervals, okay? Then is method study. Okay. What do you do in method? You just select the right method, okay? Method study itself means selecting the right method. There are multiple ways of doing the work. You have to choose the right method of doing the work. Then time study. What does time study means? Time study means standard time required. What is the time required to complete a particular work? Like if a worker is producing a garments factory, there is a garments factory, and one worker, if working efficiently for 7 hours or 2 hours, he can produce one shirt, okay, in 2 hours. Then how many workers will be required to produce 100 shirts? How many workers will be required to produce 200 shirts, okay? Then at what time they will be able to complete, okay? That is time study. Motion study, productive and unproductive movement. It is the observation of the workers, that what are the productive movements and unproductive movements. Productive movements means, and unproductive movement means that whatever movements are you making, is it necessary? That if you are going from the production department to the finance department, is it necessary? If you are in the marketing or in the sales department, you will require to consult with the marketing department what they have spent. So marketing department and sales department should be close by, should be developed close by. The area should be not be, there should not be very much gap, like marketing department is in this building and the sales department is after 2-3 buildings. Then what will happen? You will take more time to reach there. That is unproductive movement. That much movement is not required. It wasting time, okay? Productive and unproductive movement. Then differential piece weight system. It means paying according to efficiency and effectiveness. If you have employed labor, Taylor emphasizes that you should pay wages to workers according to their effectiveness and efficiency. Means there are 2 labors. One labor has produced 70 units and one labor has produced 100 units. Will you pay them the same? No, you cannot pay them the same. According to Taylor, he says no, both should not be getting the same. Then the worker who has produced less amount will think, okay, I can produce every day less and get the same pay as others. And the worker who is producing more, he will be thinking, I am producing more, but I am still getting the same as the one who is producing less. So why should I produce more? I will also produce 70 units. That's what Taylor said. Paying according to effectiveness and efficiency. If you are effective and efficient, if you are both are paying 100 producing 100 units, both will get same pay, but one is producing 70 units and one is producing 100 units, then they will be paid according to their effectiveness and efficiency, okay? Then at last, mental revolution. The last scientific technique developed by Taylor is mental revolution. What does mental revolution says? Mental revolution says change the mental attitude towards each other. It means when you are working in an organization, we have discussed this point over and over again, that you cannot go alone. You don't work alone, you work in a group. There should be a mental revolution, that you are not working for yourself, but you are working for the company. I should be replaced with we. Your personal interest should be subordinated subordinated, and the interest of the organization should be journalized. Okay. Mental revolution. I'll just repeat all the points once again. We did the meaning of principles of management. These are only statements of fundamental truth that act as a guideline for taking management action and decisions. Then we started with scientific techniques developed by Taylor. Okay, the first one is functional foremanship. In functional foremanship, Taylor focused that all the work cannot be done by a single factory manager. So it should be divided into two groups, planning group and production group. Under planning group also there will be 4 supervisors, and under production group also there will be 4 supervisors. The first supervisor is the root clerk, who fixes sequence of steps for manual job. Instructional clerk, who gives general instruction. Time and cost clerk fixes time for starting and completing. Disciplinarian, who keeps check that whether all the other supervisors are doing their work in a specified standard manner or not. There is no chaos, there is coordination, and there is proper communication between each group. Okay, then comes production department. Production department will also consist of 4 groups. Okay, planning group, only planning was being made, pen and paperwork was done. Production, here the real work is going. Work in progress. Gang boss, he is the boss of the gang, he arranges all the raw materials. Speed boss assures timely completion of job. Okay, repair boss ensures machines are working in a working conditions. If there are any machines which require repair, then he makes sure that the machines are in working conditions. Then inspector keeps a check on quality and control. He keeps a check whether when the production work is going on, whatever is produced, it is of quality, good quality. And control, what does he control? Wastage of resources and time. Okay. Then the second technique developed by Taylor was standardization and simplification. Whatever product you make, it should be a standard one. The similar product should be standard. Okay, I gave you an example of phone. If you are producing a specific model phone, all the phones of that model should be standard. Same size, same features, same price, standard. Simplification, if you are producing lots of products, you should simplify your work. You should focus on the specific work. Okay, example I gave you. You are the owner of a juice factory and you are producing juices of 250 varieties. So it is very complicated. There is a lot of complication. I will give you an example of Nokia and Samsung. Samsung does not follow simplification. It produces mobiles also, then television also, then there are many gadgets which Samsung produces. It's almost into all gadget forms. Okay, then a company which follows simplification, Nokia only produces mobile phones. It follows simplification. Okay, then the third point was work study. Work study means the how you will work, which will lead to maximum production at minimum cost. Okay, maximum production at minimum cost. Okay, work study is divided into 4 categories. First is fatigue study. What is fatigue study? The time of recess here required, the time of interval required. Okay, the frequency of interval, how long the interval should be, duration of interval, and number of interval, how many intervals do you need. Okay, then is time study, standard time required. Oh no, sorry. Then is method study, the best method will be implied. Okay, then time study, standard time required, how much time do you require to complete the work. Motion study, productive and unproductive movement. You study the worker and remove the unproductive movement. The movement which are not required, you remove the unproductive movement. Then maintain differential piece weight system means you pay the workers according to the work done, according to their efficiency and effectiveness. Okay, I gave you an example that if there are 2 workers, one is producing 70 units in 1 hour and one is producing 100 units in 1 hour, then will you pay the same amount to both the workers? No. According to differential weight system, piece weight system, You will pay them according to their efficiency and effectiveness. The one who produces less will get less wage, and the one who produces more will get more wage. Okay, then mental revolution, the last point for today. There should be a mental revolution. Change the mental attitude of workers towards each other. There should not be a feeling in the top level that we are the one only working, we only work, the others don't listen to us. Or the middle level should not think that our decisions are not taken, we are not given importance. Or the lower level should not feel we are underpaid, we are working the whole day and we do not get the what we deserve. There should not be any difference. There should be mental revolution. There should be coordination. I should be replaced with we. Okay, I hope you have understood this point till here. Yesterday we did Taylor's principles, and we have completed techniques by Taylor. Okay, tomorrow we will be starting with a new fresh topic of chapter 2 itself. If you have questions, let's take questions now. Comment section is open. If you have any questions, you can ask your questions. Are there any questions? No. Puneet is there. Khushbu is there. No, I don't think there are any questions. Okay. I'm sorry for the inconvenience caused today. I know twice the connection broke out because of, I don't know what reason, buffering was there, the video just freezed. So if you have any problem, there are links. Okay, just follow the links in the group and you can go through the video. Okay, the first link will be of the first video of today, in which I had explained the first scientific technique of Taylor, and in the second video, which is this one, I have explained the other techniques 2, 3 and 4. Okay, 4, 5 I have discussed in the second video. Okay, the third video is there was nothing. Okay, the video was still freezed. I hope there are no questions. Puneet has some question. Under work study, how many points are there? Where is that work study? Work study. Yes, Puneet, under work study there are 3 points or 4 points. Okay, fatigue study, method study, time study and motion study. Under work study, what do you study? First you study the fatigueness, how much interval is required. Then you study which method to adopt. Okay, then you study time, how much time is required to complete a work. And the last step in work study, motion study, productive and unproductive movement. Okay, there are 4 points in work study. Point number 3, that is work study, consists of 4 points. What are the 4 points? Fatigue study, method study, time study and motion study. Okay, I'll send you a PDF of chapter 2. Don't worry, it will contain all the points. I'll just repeat once again. Point number 1, functional foremanship. Foremanship is divided into 2 categories, planning and production. Each department consists of 4 supervisors. Okay, then comes point number 2, standardization and simplification of work. Then point number 3. Point number 3 consists of 4 points. Okay, point number 3 is work study. Work study consists of 4 points, which means fatigue study, method study, time study, motion study. Okay, then comes point number 4, that is differential piece weight system. Then is mental revolution. The last scientific technique by Taylor is mental revolution. I hope you have understood. Are there any more questions? Puneet. Yes. Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Okay. There are no more questions. If you have not understood anything, you can always comment and ask, or you can comment ask me separately also. Okay. If you have any questions, there was a little confusion today. But if you have any questions and queries, please clear it out. Okay. That's all for today. I'll be back with a new topic tomorrow. Okay. Thank you, students.